Hi children, good evening. Now we are going to see the ear. Once we have completed the eye and its structure, function, defects, what the taking care of the eye and all those things. Okay, now we are going to see the ear. Ear is also one of the sense organs, and we can hear with the help of ear, that is auditory function. Not only auditory function, there is one more activity also takes place by means of ear, that is presence of semicircular canals. So these are the three semicircular canals which are important for the balancing of the body and posture. When we are walking, suddenly we will dislocate our movement, isn't it? So that is because of what? Semicircular canals defect. When the movement is not balanced, then we will try to slip, or we will fall. All these things are because of the semicircular. What present in the semicircular canals? There are some crystals are present, and is also having the fluid, and the movement of those crystals in the semicircular canals fluid, which causes the imbalancing of the body posture. Okay, so that uh, ears are not only for the hearing, but also for what purpose? For balancing of our posture. So if you go through the structure of the ear, it consists of three main parts in the ear. Okay, that is outer ear, middle ear, inner ear. What is the outer ear? This having the pinna part, which is a cartilage. Why this pinna part is important? Without the pinna, can't we hear properly? Yes. Pinna is a part which is important to allow the amount of sounds inside the ear. So it collects only that much amount. So pinna part is very, very important. And I'm giving just a simple way of this function of the ear here. Then we can go through the detailed structure. Okay, the sound waves pass through the ear canal. So see, from this pinna, the sounds are enter, and where it enter, the middle part of the ear, that is what we call as a eardrum, or it is called as a tympanum. It is called as what? Tympanum or eardrum. So this will pass on in the middle ear. This is the middle ear, and this is called as a tympanum or eardrum. And when it reaches, then the eardrum will vibrate, because it is a thin layer, because too much sounds enter into that, make it to what? To vibrate. And because of this eardrum vibration, there are three small bones are present in the ear. These are the three smallest bones in the human body. Okay, the smallest bones in our human body is these three only. The largest bone is what? Femur, the thigh bone. Okay, so what is these three bones names? Hammer, anvil, and strip. Malleus, incus, and stapes. These are the shape of those bones. That's why malleus is just like a hammer, incus is like an anvil, and stapes is just like a stirrup, which we will use that. The irons, these things. Hammer, anvil, and then stirrup. So these are the structures. That's why they are giving the names. But normal names are malleus, incus, and stapes. And these three, because of vibrating this what? tympanum, then this will beat on the tympanum and causes vibrations. Okay, and these vibrations will enter as a sound waves in the inner ear. The inner ear is having what? The receptors, audio receptors, and that audio receptor is by means of cochlea. Okay, this is what? Cochlea. Can you say hammer, annual, this stirrup? These are the smallest bones here inside. Now, once these vibrations will make a sound, will form as a sound, and this will enter into the cochlea. And these waves are converted into what? Electrical signals by the cochlea. And then cochlea is just like a snail-like structure. And inside this cochlea, there are so many parts are there. Now we are going to discuss those things. And then inside there is a water, fluid also present. Like in the eyes, there is the fluid, isn't it? So each and every sensitive organ is having the fluid material. And once it enter into the cochlea, then what will happen? The fluid will collect the sounds and then make as the electrical signals, then send into the where? Brain by means of a nerve that is called as what? Auditory nerve. And then the brain interprets the signals as sound. Then only we can hear. We know different sounds according to different pitch, isn't it? How the eyes will see the different wavelengths according to that. The same way here the sounds also according to the pitch. Then we can know high pitch, low pitch, isn't it? And too much big sounds, very small sounds, all different according to what? The frequency of the sound. The frequency of the sound. So these are the this is the in short way we can say how we can hear the sounds by means of this ear. So the pinna is a crumpled and made of cartilage so that we can bend a little bit, isn't it? And it is having a seminous glands. What's the importance of the seminous glands? Wax producing. I think you know that sometimes we are having the wax, and it produces stickiness, sebaceous glands to produce the oil, so that the dust particles will collected because of this oily thing. Then we can easily clean up, isn't it? And also helpful, the ear canal lubricated prevent the dust and other particles, isn't it? Whenever it enter into the ear canal. That is otherwise called as the auditory meatus. And inside I told you tympanum, which is a very thin layer, and the shape of this tympanum is a cone shape. And middle ear having tympanum membrane, also the chain of 3 bones, already we have said malleus, incus and stapes. And here this is the inner, these are the 3 bones which already I told you, malleus, incus and stapes. And the back of your nose and upper part of your throat, there is one connection, a tube-like connection, that is called as a eustachian tube. It is called as a eustachian tube. What is the importance of this eustachian tube? Whenever the sounds are too much, then automatically we will open our mouth. So the frequency of sound will escape through the mouth, so that our eardrum won't get any problem. If you not open your mouth, then what will happen? The frequency is more and then damage this your eardrum, that means tympana. When you go by flight, you know, when the flight is landing and when the flight is moving, because of altitude difference, we feel pain in the ears. Why we feel pain means because of high altitude and low altitude. So what to do that time? We have to chew the chewing gum or continuously speak. That means we have to open our mouth. Then the type of the sounds which will give more pressure, that pressure will eliminate through the mouth. Understood? So that is the importance of what? Eustachian canal. And come to the other parts of the ear. Internal ear. Middle ear we have seen. Then another one is what? The upper ear also. That means outer ear also we have seen. Inner ear is a little bit complicated one, which consists of so many parts. But don't worry that those are not that much important. You can first add only some important names. That's enough. Internal ear consists of two parts. That is, one is bony labyrinth and second one is membranous labyrinth. Bony labyrinth means which consists of a bone structures. Membranous means which is a soft part. Okay. And this membranous labyrinth consists of two things, which is called as a vestibule and three semicircular canals and cochlea. The first diagram itself we have seen, isn't it? What is that one? Vestibule, semicircular canals, which are important for what purpose I told you? Balancing. Okay. And then cochlea. Cochlea, which is important for what? Forming the vibrations and electrical signals to get what? The sound. Understood? Then again, this vestibule, anterior part and posterior part. Anterior part means what? Front part. Posterior means back side. So anterior part consists of sacculus and posterior part consists of utriculus. Sacculus and utriculus. And here in the nerve fibers which are start from the vestibular nerve, this and auditory nerve, that some nerves which are coming from the nerves, these combinedly form as what? Auditory nerve and this vestibule nerve combinedly form as what? The nerve which connect to the brain to take the sounds. So vestibular nerve and cochlear nerve. Cochlea means what? The snail-like structure. So from this also some nerves will start, and this vestibule also some nerves, both combined and form as what? Auditory nerve, which will enter into the where? Brain. Okay. And the semicircular canals, which are connected to the vestibule and filled with what? Endolymph. There are two fluid parts: perilymph, endolymph. Perilymph means outer, endolymph means inner. So these two consist of what? Fluids. Through that the sound waves will enter. Okay. And this vestibule and semilunar circuits together form as what? Vestibular apparatus. They combine and form as a vestibular apparatus. And what is the importance of this? Importance is they maintain the equilibrium of the body and then pertaining the posture and balance of the body, that I told you before itself. The posture and balancing of the body is maintained by means of these semi-lunar canals or circles with the help of vestibular apparatus. Okay, and cochlea, which is a spiral shape, isn't it? The cochlea is what? A spiral shape part. So this spiral shape cochlea is having three parallel tubes, which is called scala vestibule. The next picture I will show you that one. Scala vestibule, scala media, and scala tympani. Scala vestibule, which is nearer to the vestibule. Scala media means middle part, and the third part is scala tympani. That means towards the tympanic membrane. Okay, in that way, this spiral shaped cochlea differentiated as a three parts. And the first two are separated by the vestibular membrane. Okay, the first two here it will be there. In the next picture I will show you. Here this part is what? The first two parts. Okay, and the second and third separated by what? Basilar membrane. The first one is separated by vestibular membrane. Second one separated by basilar membrane. And scala vestibule, scala tympani, they are filled with perilymph. This is the thing. So perilymph is having what? Scala vestibule and scala tympani. Whereas the another fluid, endolymph, having scala media. Okay, the other one is, this is the endolymph. And here you can see the scala media. And this contains organ of Contrey and tiny cells, which are called primary sensory cells. Primary sensory cells. Cochlear nerve fibers then form as a cochlear nerve. And this cochlear nerve and then vestibule nerve both together form as what? Auditory nerve. Okay, so these are the complicated parts, but if you go through, you can get very easily. Now can you see? I told you saccule, utricle. Okay, vestibular nerve. This is the vestibular nerve. There are two membranes we have seen first. Bony labyrinth, membranous labyrinth. The blue color is what? Membranous labyrinth. And the violet color, that means the purple color, that is what? Bony labyrinth. And vestibular duct, this is the vestibular duct. And then this is the cochlear duct, where the cochlear duct is present in membranous labyrinth. Vestibular duct present in bony labyrinth. Okay, and then tympanic duct. This is also present where? In the bony labyrinth. And this whole part is called as what? Cochlea. That is round like a snail. That is called as a cochlea. And I told you, cristae within ampullae. That means in the semi-lunar wall there are the crystals or cristae we are saying. This position change the position of the posture. Okay, in the ampulla means these are these round parts which are present, which are connecting to the three canals. Those are called as a ampullae. Okay, these are the main parts. And come here, this is the way how the sounds will enter. Can you see? Sound waves. These are enter like this, and then it connect with tympanic membrane, which will make to vibrate. Because of vibrations, this malleus, incus, and stapes, these are the smallest bones I told you. So can you see how they are connected? So these three will show the, because of membrane, this tympanic membrane vibration, these three bones will show the movement. and it causes the sound frequency, and then which enter into the which part? Cochlea part, like a snail part is there, that is cochlea part. In this cochlea part, you can see the scala vestibule, this one, and scala tympani. Already I told you there are three parts, isn't it? Scala vestibule, scala tympani, and the scala media. And they are passed on through this. Can you see this is what a fluid? Okay, there are two fluid parts are there, isn't it? Endolymph and perilymph. So these are the perilymph, the upper part, and this one is the endolymph. So like that, this will pass on up to here, and then it connect with where? Auditory nerve. So through the auditory nerve, what will happen? This electric, now the vibrations convert into electric. So that electric waves enter into where? In the brain. And then we can hear the sounds after interpretation of these electric movements in the brain. Okay, so this is how we can hear the sounds. So sound waves received by external auditory meters then enter into eardrum, it vibrates. A malleus, incus and stapes amplify the vibrations, then it enter into the vibrations reaches in the inner ear through oval window, and the movement of the fluid by pressure waves, because endolymph and perilymph, the movement which will pass on. Then hair cells of organ of Corti. There are some cilia or hair cells present in where? In the cochlear part, and that is Corti part, and stimulated by vibrations in the basilar membrane. You have seen the basilar membrane down, isn't it? And then auditory nerve transmit impulses to the brain, where there is the interpretation of sounds will takes place. Okay, so just go through once again properly, understand it. That's why I have given ample of the diagrams. So if you follow the diagrams, it can easy to understand. Vision is important. That's why I am trying to give many more diagrams. If you follow properly the diagrams and my instructions, the points, it is easy to you to follow the points. Okay, so try to follow the points and then the diagrams, then you can understand very easily. See one or two or three times the video lessons. Okay, bye, take care.